check in with our reporter Heidi Giokos to see how teacher vaccinations are going in Gauteng. We cross to her live now in Tembisa, where the official launch of the educators rollout kicked off this morning. Heidi, so the Basic Education Minister says she's hopeful that 500,000 vaccinations will happen by July the 8th. What's your sense after having spent most of the morning at the vaccination site?
Well, having spent over 6 weeks in vaccination sites almost every single day, it seems almost impossible that they will be able to vaccinate over 500,000 people within 10 days. But it seems as though the minister and all those in the basic education sector are quite confident that this deadline can be met. When we asked the MEC for Education in Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi, he said that the sector should not be greedy and waste further time in getting vaccinated. He said that 2 weeks have been set aside, and within those 2 weeks, those in the basic education sector should get vaccinated as quickly as possible. I must say that this morning it was quiet. There weren't as many people. I'm going to ask my cameraman Shahid to just show you how we're actually seeing a large number of educators, those within the basic education sector, coming into this vaccination site. It's important to note that this is one of 60 vaccination sites in Gauteng, and we do know that this particular vaccination site here in Tembisa is strictly for teachers, educators, those within the education space. Here in Tembisa, there is no Pfizer vaccine that's been administered here. It is only Johnson & Johnson. So it seems as though the scheduling increases throughout the day. In the morning it seemed rather quiet, but it seems now people are coming in more and more as the day progresses.
Heidi, what's next for the vaccine rollout? When are we opening up the vaccine rollout to other age categories?
Yeah, so we got a chance to speak to the Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Joe Pahla, who has indicated to us that it seems as though in the next coming days there will be an announcement, and in the next coming days, in fact, we will see those that are 50 and above being able to register on the electronic vaccination data system. Now, this could possibly be attributed to the fact that they are satisfied with how many have been vaccinated in the category phase 2, which focuses specifically on those that are 60 and above. And now that educators and those in basic education are starting to get vaccinated, and then they'll move over to law enforcement officers and personnel. So it's some good news, because there's been much criticism about how slow this vaccine rollout has been. Let's listen to the Deputy Minister of Health.
As we said, the educators, security, mining, in the private sector as well, frontline workers in various industries. But at the same time, we were preparing now to go to the over 50 with comorbidities. So, but age, what we have established is that if we go by age band in terms of the general population, it also covers most of the comorbidities. Once you go to the over 50, most of your diabetics will be over 50, over 60, hypertension, various other diseases will generally, which heart disease, kidney diseases, most of those will be over 50.
Well, Heidi, thanks a lot for being out there in Tembisa. Heidi Giokos, our reporter, is out there watching as educators receive their COVID-19 jabs. And from what she says, we'll be opening up the vaccine rollout to over 50s very, very soon. And hopefully we'll get our numbers in the vaccination drive up from 80,000 a day to the target. The president says 300,000 vaccinations a day. The deputy minister there was saying 200,000 is maybe a good bet.